If you think this analyst here, watch this analyst give his view of what's happening right now.
If they say they've brought them down, they probably have. Of course, they've got to fall somewhere, and the chances are they will have done some damage, although there are no deaths reported. But from the Ukrainian point of view, they have the effect in Moscow of closing...
Trying to cut through the propaganda facade and get the message across to the Russian people that they are, in fact, at war. And that propaganda machine is really in full swing at the moment now, more than 2 weeks into the Ukrainian incursion in Kursk, because the Russian media, and taking their cue from the Russian authorities, really attempt to prove to the people that this is an isolated incident and a terror attack. And look, this is what you're seeing from the Ukrainian military. They are also doing their own messaging, really trying to show that they have the initiative in the Kursk region and are hitting very hard back at Russia's resistance, which really 2 weeks in is only really starting to take shape.
So you see that the kind of the view in the West is that that this is working and that it's sending a message to the Russian people. And I wanted to specifically ask you about that. And in fact, Gary, if I could real quick, get you to replay the one by Clark, because that one has some additional information I want to discuss.
If they say they've brought them down, they probably have. Of course, they've got to fall somewhere, and the chances are they will have done some damage, although there are no deaths reported. But from the Ukrainian point of view, they have the effect in Moscow of closing the airport. And that, again, for a while, and that brings home to the Russian people that this is war. You know, you can't insulate yourself from this. And that's the message that the Ukrainians are trying to send out. They know most of these drones won't get through, but if one or two get through, they score the point. And they inconvenience ordinary Russians in Moscow who pretend this isn't really happening.
So that was Clark talking today about the drone attack on Moscow, which didn't hit anything. And the CNN expert was talking about how that this is the Kursk invasion is bringing home to Russia the cost of war, that it's real, implying that it's going to make Russians go, oh, shoot.